Right now, I shouldn't even be recording this podcast. I have 70 requests that came in since yesterday that I haven't been responded back to. And it's like, what's up, Scoop Podcast? I'm your host, Erica Krupin. And on today's episode, we're hanging out in my truck. And you might be like, why are we hanging out in your truck today? Because I didn't feel like driving to the podcast studio because that would just take a bunch of time. You know, this is the thing. It's really frustrating when you're putting money into advertisement, you're putting things on social media, and you feel like nobody's paying attention to you. You feel like your money is going to waste. You're handing out door hangers. You have yard signs out. You're communicating with people and it's like crickets, right? And you're like, oh my gosh. And then the snow melts. The demand is needed. And then all of those people that you have reached over the time that you've been advertising and pouring into all this, they all remember you and they all start coming in at once. And it's crazy. And my husband was telling me, he's like, Erica, you got to get somebody on. You got to get somebody on. You have to get somebody on. And I'm like, I know. I really should have been training somebody to send out quotes. Right now, I shouldn't even be recording this podcast. I have 70 requests that came in since yesterday that I haven't been responded back to. And it's like we make some progress and then they're just filled back up. And so it's a lot. And this is where some automations would definitely be beneficial. And I really did try to give Response a bit a shot. I don't like it. There has to be something better. And I'm going to find it. It has to happen. Let me go ahead and just kind of start with the basics. If you don't know what spring rush is, let me start there. Here in the Midwest or anywhere that gets snow through the winter, when the snow melts, that's our spring rush. That means people have not been out scooping their dog poop because there's been snow on the ground. 2020 was it 2020? Maybe it was 2019. Super strong. I think 2020 was pretty strong as well. But we've had really weak winters, 2021, 22, and 23, and 24, I'd have to say. That's another issue is when this snow melts, people can see it. But if it hasn't gotten warm enough to where the ground has de-thawed, then the poop is still it's stuck. It's stuck to the ground. And we had a couple really, really warm days, maybe like a month or so ago, where all the snow melted very quickly. And then it got very, very cold again, which means all the snow that melted was kind of flooding the yards and then froze. It just froze. And so these yards were just like ice rinks and it encapsulates the poop. And so it was just, it was really, really tough. So then again, we get all the snow out of nowhere. It was just like, bam, we got slammed with snow. Because normally the weather people are like, oh, you're going to get snow. Nothing never happens. We got it and then it melted and it just got very crazy. So between Thursday and Friday, we did 11 one-time cleans. And these cleans are tough. These ones are 5 months worth of waste or more. They're taking an hour. They really are taking the hour that I have them booked out for. In past years, they took like maybe 20 minutes, 30 minutes because there wasn't as much accumulation because people were actually going out in their yards and scooping because the weather wasn't really bad. But it's been so cold here and so snowy that nobody had been going out there. And I did kind of price a little bit low in the beginning because I was kind of like remembering the last couple years. But then when we started going out there and scooping, I'm like, we got to bump our prices up to our major clean price. So for us, a major clean is 5 months or more worth of waste. And we're pricing those starting at like 120, 150, 160 starting, depending on the size of your yard. Then our seasonal clean, which is 3 months worth of waste. Then we have our standard clean, which is 2 months worth of waste. And then a mini clean is 1 month or less worth of waste. So that's kind of my tiered and I have different prices for those. It's more complicated than it should be, but it's what works for me. For me, I call initial cleans, it's like the first service before we're going to onboard the customer. I will do one-time cleans for out of service area for some people, but we're getting such high volume now. I think I'm going to actually have to just go through my list and see who's looking to continue with service, like wants an initial clean, and then they would be my priority. Because obviously our goal is to convert these people into reoccurring service because that's going to be our bread and butter. This is what's going to carry us through like the summer and the fall and into the winter. So I'm going to have to rethink my strategy because I'm going to go in after I'm done recording this. I'm going in and I'm going to start sending out messages because I realized around like 7 p.m., 6:30, 7 p.m., I'm getting a better response. Nobody's responding back to me middle of the day. They're working. They're busy. In the evening, it seems to be a lot better. So I'm very excited about that. The days I want to say are longer But I've learned a lot, and I'm not working sun up to sundown anymore because I need to preserve my mental health. I need to preserve my energy. I'm not a spring chicken anymore. And I need to do some stuff behind the scenes to make sure that we're organized. We're all kind of double checking each other to make sure that invoices were set up correctly. People that said they wanted to sign up for service they're being set up. People that loved our service so much, now they're interested in knowing more about reoccurring service. So we're making sure that we're like following up with all them. And we're doing all of this through Jobber, which is a CRM I use for my business. Basically, this is the software that I use for my business. I do all my customer communication through here. We do our billing, we do our routing, we do our invoicing. They have really good reports that you can run. There's now metric tracking where you can like see the pulse of your business, like how many quotes came in, how many got sent out, how much money you're doing that day, how much money you've done in the past 30 days. You can also do, it's like an email marketing campaign. So people that submitted requests or sent in quotes that haven't responded back to you, you can just do like an email drip campaign on them and automate that, which is really sweet. So they got a whole lot of good features that they've added, and I haven't even had time to like dig into this stuff. I'm like, whoa, Jobber is really, they're investing so much into the software, and it's just getting better and better and better and better. And people always ask me, they're like, why did you choose Jobber? I love how customizable it is, and I'm truly loving all of the upgrades that they're putting into it year after year after year. So if you don't have a CRM and you're trying to figure out like, I need to tighten up my business, I need to figure out my billing, my routing, all of that, click my link down in the description. I've been using it since, I want to say 2020. Somewhere around there. So I've been using it for a really long time. So we're going to improve, and now we're tracking the data, like where our leads are coming from. So we'll be able to use that information to hopefully put more ad dollars into those marketing channels for next year. So him being able to come out and scoop with me has been really nice. I've been really enjoying that. I do enjoy scooping still, even though my body does hurt a little bit. I'm like, oh man, I do want to be in the office more, kind of like communicating with the customers, but I also like being out in the field, and there's something about going out and scooping with him. It just reminds me of like the beginning days, the humble days when, we were just charging $50 for a clean, just trying to figure it out, not knowing exactly what we were doing. And now it's turned into what it's turned into, and I like it. But I will say the challenge is me being out in the field. I mean, he told me, he's like, Erica, you don't need to be out here. And I know. It's not smart for me to be out in the field. I just have too much. We have too much work. And then how I'm managing the madness right now, I'm still following my meal plan. I meal prep. So I have my food. I'm eating the plan. I'm eating the food on plan. I'm not deviating, because if I do that, I'm going to get sick, and then I'm not going to be at my best. I am going to bed. I'm prioritizing my sleep. I'm still going to bed at a good hour. I am staying up a little bit later, but I have to go to sleep. I can't stay up all night and doing this, because it will only last for so long before I start to shut down, and then I'm going to throw everything off track. I wanted to go to this protein shop that is a couple cities over, small business. And what I really like about it is not only do they have like protein snacks, because, I'm trying to get fit, I'm trying to get healthy. On their website, they had a verse of the week. And I really love that they are putting out there that they're Christians and they're a faith-based company. They put it on their website. And I said, absolutely. We're going there to support. We're going there to connect. We're going to meet people. And he wants me to print off flyers, and he's going to put them in his letters that he's sending out to 450 accounts for my dog waste removal services. That's crazy. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so glad that I went. And he didn't say that he would do that right away, but I just introduced myself, and I was like, hey, I was checking you out. I checked out your the fact that you're, the quote of the, or not the quote of the week, the verse of the week got me. I said, we have to go in and we have to support. And by the end of the conversation, he was like, yeah, he's like, if you have flyers, print off a flyer. I'm sending my stuff out in like 2 weeks. I would love to help promote you guys. I'm blown away. Because I'm like, man, this is the break that I feel like I need. Keep on with your schedule as much as you can. Keep eating healthy. Drink your water. If you're working out, please go and work out to relieve the stress. Make sure you're getting some type of laundry done. If you can try to get like a little bit of a nap to like refresh yourself, do so. but make sure that you're taking care of yourself. And if things get too overwhelming, take a deep breath, take a step back, and get strategic. Like, that's what I'm going to have to do right now. I'm going to go strategic. I'm going to look through all the quotes. If there's a lot in a specific area that I'm going to grow, I'm going to reach out to those people first. That's just what I'm going to do. So I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Let me know down in the comments over on YouTube if you have questions about Spring Rush. This is what makes successful people. The little details. This is what makes people successful, because they do everything the best that they can, even if it doesn't seem important and it doesn't seem like it's a waste of time. It all piles onto itself. It all collects and I don't even know what I'm trying to say, but you get what I'm saying. Like, it's important. Obviously, I need to shut this off because my brain's starting to go to mush. So thank you guys. I appreciate you. And until next time, bye.